Alrighty, so it's time for another EC tuner break video. Now, as you can see, this is mounted on a little skinny barrel. This is my Mossberg Patriot Predator 6.5 Creedmoor. You guys have seen it in the past. Went ahead and got this mounted on here. Super easy to mount because we've got that adjustable nut there. Basically, you just get it timed the way you want, and then tighten that nut down, and you're ready to go. So anyway, this is my Mossberg Patriot Predator. Anybody who's watched the channel for a little while have watched a lot of videos with it. We'll kind of move it into frame there. This gun is always shot maybe about an inch. That was a good group. It's tough to shoot because it is pretty much stock. It's in that the factory configuration is pretty affordable gun. Now I do have my Athlon 4-20 Helos BTR Gen 2 mounted on there. You guys will find out why this isn't on my 6 ARC. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can tune just a random load. I'm shooting the 123 grain Botel hollow point from Hornady using CCI number 400 primers and Starline small rifle primer brass. Now we're using a cartridge overall length of 2.750. Again, all of this stuff is just random. I've never shot any of it before, so we're going to see if we can pick a random load and tune it and shoot well. So I would consider anything under an inch, if we end up shooting 5 shots, would be a great group. Anything under a ½ inch for 3 shots would be amazing for this gun. So let's get out on the range and let's see if we can tune this load. Alrighty, we are out here on the range. This is my Mossberg Patriot Predator, 6.5 Creedmoor 1-8 twist. You guys probably saw it a lot if you guys watch the channel or watch any of the old videos. I haven't shot this in probably close to a year, maybe a little bit longer. But the reason why we're bringing it out is because we've got the EC tuner brake on there. Now, this is a load I've never shot before. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do 3-shot groups at each tuner setting. Or at least we're going to do a 3-shot group to start at this first tuner setting. And then after that, we'll do 2 shots. And if they're not better than our first 3-shot group, then we won't shoot the third and we'll just kind of move on from there and we'll see how it goes. Now, I do have my lab radar out. Just getting velocity data out of curiosity here. Really the test is to see if we can get this gun to shoot pretty good with a random load, because this gun is predominantly shot about 1 inch to 1.2 inches depending on the load. As you can tell, there is a little bit of breeze, but it's generally coming from our back, and now that it's summer, we've got a lot of foliage. I don't think it's going to impact our group size too much. So I did warm the gun up and I did sight the scope in. For the most part, we should be pretty close. All right, so first one here. All right, so that was 2902, which is just about what we expected to be at, about 2,900 feet per second. Scope's close enough. We'll go ahead and shoot these 3. All right, that's actually a pretty good start. If you guys don't believe me that this gun didn't always shoot the best, go back and watch some of my old videos. That's why I ended up with 2 6.5 Creedmoors. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dial the tuner to 2. Most people in the last video commented they wanted to see 2 at a time instead of 1. So that's what we'll do here. Again, that first tuner setting didn't look too bad, even though this is a random load. All right, tuner position 2 here. One thing that I'm spoiled is shooting all my guns that are in chassis. So this gun's a little bit tougher to shoot. All right, so obviously those two didn't group together. So we're gonna go to tuner position 4 Load a couple more rounds in the magazine. Alright, so that was 2, and those don't look like they're really trying to group either, so let's go to 6. So I was happy with those results in that first tuner video. If you guys haven't watched it, I'll put a link up in the top here. But I kind of knew that was probably going to work, being that that gun always shoots good. More interesting to see if it can tune this gun. Or how well can it tune this gun might be a better... Alright, so we're tuner position 6 here. Alright, that doesn't look too bad there. Let's go ahead and shoot a third one there. Alright, so that looks like a pretty good 3-shot group. Let's see how hot the barrel is. Oh, it's getting pretty smoking hot here. Now this is a really skinny barrel. It's almost kind of comical with this big tuner on here. You know what I'm going to do? Since position number 0 and position number 6, group size looks pretty similar. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take 2 more to make a 5-shot group at position 6, tuner position 6, and then we'll move on. All right, not bad. And like I said, good groups for this gun are anything under an inch. I was always thrilled with. We didn't screw it up too bad. I'm going to go ahead and give the gun a few minutes to cool down. It's like I said, barrel's smoking hot, and we've shot 12 rounds through it now in just about 10 minutes. So, I'm going to give it a minute to cool down. Alright, so we gave the barrel a good few minutes to cool down, and we're going to go ahead and try tuner position number 8. Guess that's 3 in the same hole, isn't it? Heck with it. Let's shoot 2 more, assuming that these 2 group together. Because it looks like we're finding some kind of node in the middle here. Yes, it did, didn't it? Oh, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So with this gun, as hard as it is for me to shoot, my sight picture, my cheek weld is really a chin weld. You know, the stock's not very wide. That right there is a group that I'm really happy with. So we got 3 more rounds. Let's go back to 0, which is now 10, or essentially 10. And we'll shoot 3 here, and then we'll get back on the bench and we'll talk about some of this stuff. So far, it seems to have tuned this load. And again, this is just a random load. Okay. Guess that one's wanting to group up there too. Holy smokes. Alrighty. That's pretty cool. Let's get over there. Actually, we'll talk about velocity because I did have the labradar on. Now, the barrel did warm up as we went, and Reloader 17 isn't known for temp stability. So I wouldn't be surprised if we climbed up, which it looks like we did when I was kind of glancing over at the velocity as we shot. Now, I forgot to arm the lab radar for 3 shots, so we got 17 shot group, or 17 shots, 2930 average, 13.6 SD, and again, it looks like they started to kind of heat up and get a little faster as we went on. So let's get over there and let's check out this target. Alrighty, so we are back at the bench here and taking a look at our results from today. Kind of interesting the way our point of impact kind of moved. Started up a little high and then kind of moved down and then kind of tapered back up at the end. Guessing that's barrel harmonics? Not really sure. So first group at tuner position 0. Really nice looking group, 0.61. Probably could have left it there, but obviously this is a tuner test, so we moved on to number 2. Big group there with 2 shots at 1.4 inches, so we moved on to tuner 4. Another pretty big group there, 1.02 inches for 2 shots. Then we moved on to tuner position 6. Now the 3-shot group looked pretty promising, so I went ahead and shot 2 more. And this ended up with a 5-shot group at 1.19 inches, which just really isn't too bad for that gun. But then we moved over to tuner position 8, and this got really impressive. 0.74 inch 5-shot group, but 4 of those grouped right on top of each other. Now this very well could have been me. This gun, I find it a little bit hard to shoot now. The trigger is a little bit crunchy compared to what I'm used to, and with the stock, it's just not as, doesn't seem as accurate to shoot. So this is an amazing group. 0.74 with 4 of them going in the same hole. It's one of the best looking groups I've shot with this gun. Then we moved on to tuner position 10 for a 3-shot group, and other than the weird point of impact shift, a really good looking group there at 0.49 inches. So I think we accomplished what I wanted to accomplish here, and that's to say that you can tune some loads even with a cheap gun that doesn't shoot that great. And again, this was a random load. I just pulled these numbers, the load data off Hornady's website, and just picked a random overall length. And you know, in 20 shots, we got a pretty impressive group for this gun at 0.74 inches. Velocity data was good too, so got nothing to complain about here. So I think the next step for the tuner break is to move it over to the AR-15 in the 6.5 Grendel. So comment down below what you guys think. Like I said, I'm really impressed with this because that gun was really hard to shoot today. I really haven't shot it in a while, and I'm been spoiled by the chassis rifles and the Savages with the nice trigger and all that stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.